Small cap stocks have outperformed large cap stocks following the last 9 recessions, and a lot of this has to do with short positions being liquidated across the board, and that is exactly why you have seen over the past week stocks like BBBY, AMC, GameStop, BBIG, SDC, and other stocks like that have major rallies over hundreds of percents. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have an important video, the last day of this 3-day weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your weekend. All I ask you to do is stay till the end of the video because we have a lot to talk about. And after you watch my video, you probably won't have to watch another one as we update you on everything that there is to update you about and get you prepped for the week. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, now I know we already covered Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC for the most part going into next week, but I have to talk about a few other things that are very, very important. So first of all, let's just clear the air. 0 shares available to borrow according to Samco Tracker on BBBY going into next week, with 30,000 calls expiring in the money. However, 126,000 puts expiring out of the money going into next week, right? Which is something that I wanted to talk about because this is the one thing that is a very big player going into next week across the board for any stock that you hold, any small cap, mid cap stock that you hold that is heavily short. It is the yearly expiration, expiring January 20th, the option chain. You can see Bed Bath & Beyond has 900,000 just about call contracts betting on the stock going into next week for the yearly expiration. So if everybody bought one contract, 900,000 people were betting at least up until now that this stock would have risen. However, puts are beating calls temporarily, and we're going to talk about why in a second. But you can see that only 300,000-ish put contracts are actually created compared to the 900,000 calls. So a lot more people are betting Bed Bath & Beyond will have a rise than a fall. Now, in my opinion, the only reason the puts are winning is because market makers stumped the momentum. Otherwise, BBBY might have went parabolic last week. 5.5 million short exempts on a single day. This is exactly how the market maker just creates shares, labels them as short exempts, and drops the stock, further locating them in the future, right? Now, this is the most short exempts I think I've seen on a single day for any given stock, 5.5 million. And then prior to that, they even had to stump it on the way up, 3.8 million, 2.1, 1 million, 2.6, so on and so forth, right? Now, Bed Bath & Beyond is still in a hole with bankruptcy. This is not a fundamental play as of right now. In the future, it could be, but as of right now, this is not a fundamental play, and that is exactly why I think shorts are stumping the momentum. They know it's temporary. They know they probably have more power than retail has cash to pump this thing. However, if we get the timing just right this week, we could see a major gamma ramp start happening and then FOMO start kicking in. Now, according to Samco Tracker, the most recent fee was 67.3%. However, it was being reported much, much higher than that. Now, we have this T+2 short interest being reported to us, so we know that shorts did not get out. While they stumped some momentum, they probably shorted it even more, and they're probably going to continue to short it, which we're going to touch on in 1 second, but short interest stayed at 33.54%. And according to the chart, this is something that I expect. I expect sideways or slight sell-off for Tuesday and Wednesday for Bed Bath & Beyond for another day or two before getting a spike, and I'm watching resistance at $16 and $20, so there's still a 300+% run in my eyes that could definitely happen. Now, this is something I'm expecting with Bed Bath & Beyond. It could not play out the way I'm seeing it, but in my opinion, this is essentially what's going to happen. It's going to flag out, and then it will have a second move to the upside. Now, plays like SDC, BBIG, NEGG, ARVL, you can add on your short squeeze plays list to watch for this week. They've already had pretty decent runs. I assume BBIG may run a bit further. I'm not sure about any other stocks. I currently have calls on BBIG, and I'm going to hold them either way. But these are the stocks that also had major rips this week. Now, I'm expecting sort of the same thing with AMC. However, I assume AMC is going to pop a little bit sooner than Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm watching that $7 level for Tuesday or Wednesday pretty simply. And as for AMC, 150,000 shares available to borrow according to Samco Tracker at a most recent fee of 103%. However, Ortex was reporting 300+. And as for the option chain, again, calls to put ratio, puts are winning currently. However, there is a lot more people betting that AMC would rise, of course, than fall, at least for the yearly expiration, 500,000 call contracts compared to about 3,000 put contracts. Short exempts, they're not really stacked up too high, and I think that's because market makers and hedge funds know that there has to be more volume within AMC, and that is exactly something that I'm paying attention to. Right now, according to AMC's chart, based off of what we're tracking that happened back in January, we have the same setup, right? Volume spike, volume decrease, decrease and then a drastic volume decrease, which is sort of the spring before a major volume increase. And with that being said, we have to see volume at least, surpass maybe 80-90 million come tomorrow and Wednesday going forward. That is something that I look forward to paying attention to. And as for GameStop, 500,000 shares available to borrow at a 21.1% fee. The options chain again for GameStop, same exact thing. However, more people are betting that GameStop would have dropped than risen, so it is going to be a dangerous game for GameStop. Short exempts creeping up slightly on GameStop. And as for AMC, the EVP and CFO has actually just sold shares. Goodman Sean D, you can see the filing right here. We have a Form 4 filing. He sold these shares on 1/11/23, so January 11th. He sold 80,750 shares at a price of $4.67. I could care less. If anything, this dude's just missing out. Now, he could have sold these for a number of reasons, whether he believes in the company, whether he doesn't believe in the company, whether he's paid off, whether he needed money right now. It doesn't matter, right? He still owns 4,420 shares. However, you could consider this bad news. So in that case, we'll touch on good news. Hobam boosted its stake in AMC shares by 50.5% during the third quarter, according to the company in its most recent filing with the SEC. The fund owned 795,791 shares of the company's stock after acquiring an additional 267,019 shares during the third quarter. Hobam owned approximately 0.15% of AMC Entertainment, worth $5.547 million as of its most recent SEC filing. So we had someone sell 80,000 shares, and then we had someone acquire an additional 267,000. So overall, AMC looking strong. Touching on a little bit more DD going forward, because I think next week is going to be a very important week. Iran and Russia want to issue a new stablecoin backed by gold, and 3 AC founders to raise $25 million for a new crypto exchange, GTX. Now guys, I'm not a financial advisor, I don't give financial advice, but get your crypto off of exchanges. After FTX, it opened a bunch of doors in my eyes for people saying, yo, we could just create our own Ponzi scheme, we could make customers believe in something, put their money in something, and we'll use these customers' funds for whatever else it may be, right? We can make more money with it, or we can rug pull it, we can do whatever, right? Speaking of that, the Bank of Japan is preparing to purchase more Chinese government bonds on Monday after they just purchased $78 billion in 1 week. And touching on the Ponzi scheme side of things, JP Morgan paid $175 million in 2021 for the website Frank, which helps students with college financial aid, but the entire website was reportedly a fraud. When it said they had 4 million customers, they only had 300,000. And finally, the Bank of Thailand to allow first virtual bank by 2025, which is sketchy, right? You have gold rising, CBDCs being issued, BRICS, Iran and Russia teaming up, finally these virtual banks coming out. Now you had banks say recession was going to happen. Now it's not going to happen. Fake pump in crypto, fake pump in SPY, right? In my opinion. And then you have Elon Musk coming out and saying, recession is very likely. It's probably going to be actually really bad. And he expects that to come. On the other hand, right? Who would you listen to, right? If you were going to listen to someone on social media, who would you listen to? Because then you have Jim Cramer saying, the market, in my opinion, is going to pump for the next few months. Everything he says goes backwards, and it just validates what I've been talking about recently. Also, if you haven't seen the video on the US potentially defaulting this week, go watch that. Now, it may not happen. It is probably not going to happen. However, if it doesn't happen, in my opinion, they're just going to make things worse. That is how it will play out in my eyes. Now, again, guys, next week is going to be a very important week. I'm watching for AMC to have a 20% day to start off the week, at least for Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday, and watch that volume pick up. Watch Bed Bath & Beyond, watch those other plays that I told you about. Make sure to write them down. And also, if you want to daily text me, have trading alerts, talk to 250 plus people throughout the entire day. Very amazing people. So join it down below, guys. There is no time to waste here. Also, if you want up to 15 free stocks, my link will be pinned in the top comments or in the description down below. All you have to do is press the link, download Moomoo on your phone or computer, and after you open an account and deposit, it can literally be a penny. You will get these benefits. The more you deposit, the more stocks you get. Also, your money's FDIC insured, so you don't have to worry about anything happening to it. And also, if you decide to trade on there, you don't have to pay for level 2 order book data like Webull, so you can see where whales are loading up, dropping off. You can also go long, go short, have access to trading options, further expiration for options, customizable earnings calendar, access to crypto, other exchanges, and more. Again, guys, that link will be down below. Make sure to join the Discord, get your free stocks, and check out the other links as well. Drop a comment. What do you guys think going forward, and what stocks of these plays do you own going into this week? And are you jumping into any new ones? I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.